So y'all saw this XXL freshman list, right? Now, I'm not saying it's real because it's definitely fake. There's no way that XXL ever like puts their logo on a Word document and is like, okay, these are the artists that we're gonna ask or whatever. And I even saw like, let me go to an Instagram. It was on some meme page. Like, people were lazy with the XXL promo too. So if you're an artist and you got a little bit of a name or a buzz, you might as well just make one of these every single year and put your name in the conversation with other artists that make sense though, just so you get the association. But like, look at this one. So this was just repeated 4 names in a row, like 4 bats, Noble Woods, Joey Melrose. Like, one of these people had to have paid for that shit. But regardless, personally, I think, like, we talk about it every year, but I don't even think XXL matters anymore. I don't think it helps artists whatsoever. Nobody's checking out the XXL magazine. I don't even check out the freestyles anymore. Like, it's just not good. It's just not good. Honestly, it's better to essentially be invited and then turn it down and then announce it to the world or leak that information or something, because you want to be invited to XXL just to claim that you're of that status, like you blew up this year or last year, like you're hot, you're one of the relevant rappers in the new scene. But then, like, to actually go forth with the freestyles and ciphers or whatever, that's just lame at this point, especially when you're gonna probably be around of a bunch of other bums. Like, and the actual good rappers who deserve to be on XXL, they're gonna reject it anyway. Like, Yeet didn't take it. I'm trying to figure out, Ken Carson, Destroy Lonely. Like, I don't think they got invited 2 years or 3 years ago, but then they for sure probably were asked last year, the year before that, and they just were like, nah, fuck y'all, we're bigger than y'all. Like, nobody gives a fuck about XXL. But let's make our own per usual. Okay, I'm gonna make like a little notes thing. Let me see how I do this. New text document, BBL list. We're just gonna we need to come up with what's it called, like a database of artists that could be on the list, and it doesn't necessarily have to be in our niche, but I do think some of these are kind of correct. Okay, I'm looking at the chat. Let's see who we should put on it. I'm thinking, how many people are on the XXL list usually? 10. And there's like you vote for the last spot, right? We got Osama Sun. We got Rich Amiri. I saw some people say Shay. Man, I love K-Swab's music, but I'm not gonna sit here and cap and say he's like relevant enough to be on XXL. You know, like, I love his music, but he's just not really even he's kind of in his own lane. You know what I mean? Okay, Hard Rock's a good addition for sure. You said Anicia. I'm trying to figure out who else. Lil Papa, I don't even know. V's is for sure in the contention. Glock 40 Spaz would be fire, although I don't know if XXL would put him on there because of his aggravated robbery, and they've been I know they put like X on there and he had allegations too, but like Famous Dex never got invited because of his domestic abuse stuff. I don't know, sometimes you just gotta, these companies just pick and choose though. V's is definitely a good addition. What'd you say? Bear One Boss, 4 Bats. Yeah, I feel like 4 Bats is, because if you go to his Spotify, he actually has 6 million monthly listeners, which is actually fucking crazy, because he only has 2 songs out. Like, how do you do that? Dude's gotta be a plan. Or Yeah, how do you have 2 songs out in this? You already got 6 mil. Because usually you'll like build up to it with like 20 songs, and then you'll just be a new artist that just all of a sudden blows up on TikTok. But like, I gotta check to see if this is actually real. 4 bats. Legit got 2 songs, 6 million monthly listeners, nothing else. And he's already on Hot Hits USA. Watch him be on like Rap Caviar, Internet People. That's a huge one. That's a plant if I ever seen one, because he been going up on, actually I know for a fact he had hella promo behind him, because I was talking to someone who ran the campaign. So that's a plant right there. Anyway, going back to the doc, Lunchbox, there's no way Lunchbox could be on it, but I could see potentially maybe net spend, maybe a Yapo JJ, although those two both might be a little bit like too soon, because XXL likes to have rappers who already popped off a bit, like at least something like millions and millions of streams, whereas Yapo and Netspend kind of got like a couple like underground hits, but they haven't hit the mainstream just yet. Let's see, there was another one, Netspend, Yapo JJ, Sofago. Sofago was already on there. Is there anybody else? Tyla, Bear, Autumn. I think is past that. Like he would have taken it a couple years ago, but at this point, like he's kind of, I wouldn't even say he's associated with the underground anymore, because he kind of just has his own fan base that he's gonna eat off for the next few years, and he's kind of like a Lucky but like smaller, you know. Sexy Red, okay, I could see a Sexy Red. Was she on it last year though? I feel like she was. Molly Santana, I don't think Molly's gotten to that level yet, although of course she's budding in the underground right now. Rob 49, I could see Rob 49 after he was on Travis Scott's album, right? Drake. Caribou, I could see Caribou just because of the Yachty co-sign or the Yachty friendship. D Savage, if D Savage takes XXL, that would just be very weird, because he's been in the game for so long that it would almost be a slap of disrespect to take it, because it's like, oh, y'all didn't fuck with me when I was like, when my snippet was going crazy in the car, but now that I have like a decent fan base where I can just eat off it forever, now you want me on XXL? Nah. Dom Corleo, okay, I can see a Dom Corleo. BLP Kosher, that's a good one too. BLP Kosher. Rich the Kid. Rich the Kid got offered in 2017, but been rapping since 2004. I mean, yeah, I get your point, but I don't even think Rich the Kid took it, right? Because I'm not saying these rappers aren't offered it, but as I said at the beginning, I don't know if you already have a solid fan base and like you're solidified, like a D Savage. He's not the biggest rapper, but I feel like he's been in the game so long that he has a fan base that's not leaving him. He has good music. I actually am a fan too. It's almost like a disservice to your career to like go a corny route and like go corporate at that point. Summers, Benji Bluebills, okay. Benji Bluebills. I truly don't think Summers would even take XXL, even if he was offered. Homicide Gang, I truly don't think they would even offer Homicide Gang because of the allegations they have with the minors. Jace, I don't think they would give it to Jace either because of the snitching allegations. Plus, I feel like he kind of passed his peak, but that's because the label gave up on him too. They don't want to, they're not paying him allegedly because of the comments he made. Oh, and the comments he made about a certain religious faction. You know, XXL probably wrapped up in that too. They ain't giving him anything. Can ain't taking it. No way. Plus, he's not even rapping anymore, so he's retired. Tizo, I could honestly see Tizo Touchdown taking Double XL. I know y'all just said he's 31. However, like he was on Drake's album or whatever, or what was it, Travis Scott's album? I can't remember which one it was. I'm not really a fan of him, but he came out of nowhere. So with being somewhat of a plant, or at least more corporate, like he gets a lot of interviews, he wears the nails in his hair, I can see him taking Double XL and going that route just because he's been on other mainstream publications and outlets, so it just makes sense. Okay, are we done with our database? 31. I'm pretty sure Tizo Touchdown is 31. Here, I'll show you. One sec. Are you ready? Tizo Touchdown age. 31. I told y'all, bro. That's no diss, bro, because I'm getting a little bit up too, so I can't even say nothing. But anyway. All right, Baby Drill. Okay. Baby Drill. The thing is, it's just hard for me not to give a biased Double XL list, because I don't really listen to certain rappers like Baby Drill, although I'm not saying they're bad, but with what Double XL does is they kind of fit multiple subgenres of rap and hip hop, and maybe a little bit of R&B in some cases, I want to say, so that they can hit multiple demographics or audiences, not just like, I feel like 2016, they really honed in on the SoundCloud rap or mumble rap, whatever you wanted to call it back in that day, with like Lil Uzi, Yachty, Kodak Black, 21 Savage. Like they were all kind of in our niche, and that's why we always say we love that one. But afterwards, they kind of like diversified. But I don't know if it worked. Okay, let's make the list though, just out of this list. Let me go on my Instagram just to see if there are any other names that we can catch that we post a lot to see. Hard Rock, we got Yeet, Destroy Lonely. No, they're not doing that. All right, so who I would like to see on this, and Paris, Texas is also a plant, I know that for a fact. I would like to see Osama Son on this bitch. The only thing is, he is signed to Rolling Loud and Atlantic, so he has the connections to get on Double XL. But is he really the size that Double XL wants? He definitely has a lot of success, and he's probably the top underground rapper right now if we're talking about numbers. So it makes sense. But Double XL, I don't know if it hits the threshold they want, but that's what I would want. I would want Osama Son on it. Who else? I think Hard Rock would be a great addition as well, with his last album, One of One, and then I think he's been working with Matthew Williams. He's been getting produced by Benny X and Filthy. Big things ahead of Hard Rock. I want to see though if he can last, because he came up as a Destroy Lonely clone, quote unquote. So we'll see how versatile he can get. But with his last project, I think he made a little bit more like pop and alternative sound. So I think he's hard. Southside, Bowling Thrax, Tana. I don't think that, don't get me wrong, I like Southside Silhouette. I can put their names down just to like give them the respect they deserve. I like all these rappers a lot, but I don't think that they've hit the level that Double XL is looking for to put on freshman list. Tana maybe, but I also feel like he had a peak back in 2021 with the Antisocial era, and he hasn't gotten that same level of hit just yet. That's no disrespect, that's just facts. Now, who else do I want to see on this list? I want to see Glock 40 Spaz, but as I said before, I don't know if they're going to give it to him, especially because he's been pretty quiet, because he's been literally in jail. He's not free yet, but he did say in 2024 that he was going to be free. Who knows if he's capping or he's just like teasing. Who's Lil RT? What are you talking about? Also aggravated robbery. Who knows if Double XL wants to condone that behavior, but it's hip hop or rap, which a lot of rappers get arrested and, go to jail. So you can't really like not, I don't know, you can't avoid that. Who else? I think V's could definitely make it on there, just because he's been going up lately. He was just on Travis Scott's tour for at least a few of the stops. He's been making more of a movement than any of the other Flint rappers. I'm not sure if he's completely from Flint, but he's definitely associated with like the Michigan style rap. Sexy Red. Was Sexy Red on the last XXL cover? What is this year? 2023 XXL? Or what was last year I meant? Sexy Red was not on it. Damn. This feels like so long ago. I don't even know who Lil RT is. I'll look it up right now. Who's Lil RT? Oh, that kid. I know who you're talking about now. He was on Kai's stream. He was like the little kid that was just getting crazy with the lyrics. Honestly, just for the publicity stunt, I could see XXL doing that because it would be controversial as hell. Isaiah TG, I don't think he's gonna make it just because he hasn't really surpassed the underground just yet. And I don't think he ever will. That's no hate, but that's just like the way that, you know, he acts. You know, he's definitely not the corporate type to be doing that. Lil Shine, again, Lil Shine, I don't think has surpassed the underground, but I'll add him just so y'all get they get the recognition. Who was the other one? Isaiah TG. I think, okay, Sexy Red is definitely a contender. Although, do I like her music? I guess it's catchy, but it disgusts me. I hate when women be like talking about their vagina like that. But whatever, to each their own. Who else? I could see BLP Kosher being on it just because he has a super unique sound and it adds a little bit of lyricism to the XXL, which I feel like we've been more on the, I don't know, Glock 40 Spaz kind of like plug and B in a way. Although I don't know how to describe, like he does kind of like just new age beats, street style. Osama Sun is grungy, hard rock, ambient 808 lone type. V's is Flint. So this is actually a pretty versatile list already. I think this is fire. Eric DOA. I feel like if Eric DOA would have gotten it, it would have been like 2021 or 2022. I feel like hyperpop kind of fell off a little bit because it was hot at one point, especially when Ken Carson was on it, and then a lot of people from the underground wave kind of like bled over into the actual hyperpop genre. But I don't think Eric Dio is like, I don't know. I don't think he'd be on XXL. Who was the other one? Nar. Who else? I'm trying to be fair, but I'm also trying to predict who should be on the list. Honestly, I could see Rich Amiri with how well his number's been doing for the last couple of months. Like, I think even today he hit or is about to hit. He passed Destroy Lonely's monthly listeners because of his song One Call that's been going crazy on TikTok. It's almost at 34 million streams. But he was at 3.4 million monthly listeners yesterday or the day before, and now he's already at 3.8. So I could very well see him hit 4, and he's much bigger technically from his song One Call than a lot of the other rappers that we already have on the list. This is why we talked about with Yeet, you need TikTok for your organic marketing, or else you will fall off, because it can make or break your career. I'm not saying he will fall off. Actually, what I mean is, like, look what TikTok's doing for One Call. And I'm not saying that to retract from its success or his success, but like, it's a good thing. You want TikTok on your side. So I put Rich Amiri on there. Who else? Put the doc up here. Who else y'all want on it? Four Bats. Bruh, I could see Four Bats being on it just because he's a plant and he already got 6 million monthly listeners. But shit, we'll do it, but we're gonna put an asterisk and be like, plant. He's a plant. Because we're trying to put the people we like, but also we're trying to predict like who's actually gonna be on it. Let's see. Who else? Baby Drill. Okay, I'm trying to add some people. I don't think Shay will be on the list because we already have Osama Sun, and that's very similar lane. And I don't think that XXL is going to pick many people within the same lane. Hard Rock and Osama Sun are pretty much already similar. So that's why I don't think Glock 40 Spaz will be on the list. I'm just going to put want, but probably not. So these three are already kind of questionable. Sexy Red for sure if she accepts it. V's, I'm pretty sure. BLP Kosher would be a solid pick. Rich and Mary would make sense, but he's also pretty similar to Osama Sun, Hard Rock, Glock 40 Spaz because it's the same niche. Baby Drill's street, so we need a street rapper. That makes sense. We also need a female, so actually Sexy Red was on there, but Anicia fills the gap for a female rapper. Bear One Boss, I think, recently just blew up, so I don't think XXL would add him just yet. Net spend, again, if someone's gonna be on it out of this niche, it would be Osama Sun. Same thing with Yapo JJ. Although Yapo JJ makes much different music than XXL, so Dom Corleo, I could see it with the Wake Up song, but I feel like he's past his prime already, you know? He was hot for a minute, cooled off a little bit, but then dropped Wake Up, and then Diddy Bop blew that song up. He got his hype back a little bit, or at least his streams, and then now I don't really see too many people talking about him. Tizo Touchdown, I see it happening. Plant. I'm gonna put 4 bats as a mega plant, actually. Who else? I could see Caribou and Rob 49 being on it as well, just because one, again, Caribou's connections to Yachty, but then Rob 49 because he's been everywhere in like more mainstream type. Until Japan would be a good pick too, although I feel like he's a little bit small for now. He would be a contender for next year, as in 2025, because I feel like he's still on the budding SoundCloud underground. He's still in the same kind of boat as Rolling Thrax and Southside Silhouette, but he hasn't hit like more like the broader underground yet, if that makes any sense. Rob 49 made it last year. Oh, you're right. Thank you. That makes it easier. All right, so we need another female. Usually there's like 2, so let's put, we're just gonna pull out the monthly listeners. Who got more monthly listeners, Caribou or who was the other one? Anicia. 376. Okay, Anicia 393. BRB got 2 mil. Caribou, let's see, 2 mil. Caribou only got like 3 songs out, and look at this, she's already on all of these fucking playlists. She's low-key a plant too though. Look at that. Imagine you're just like somebody's famous friend, one of your friends is already super famous, and then you just start dropping music. You put 3 songs out and you're already on like Most Necessary and Internet People. Like, that's crazy. I understand Caribou's not like a plant in the same sense as like 4 bats, but I'm just saying, I don't know if she's put in the necessary work for my full respect. That's what I mean. But I'm just saying, 3 songs. So let's go back. Let's give it to Anicia, just because she seems to be more serious about her music career, whereas Caribou might switch into the OnlyFans career. I do kind of want to give Baby Drill, which is a more street type rapper. So we probably want to take out one of the new age rappers. Like, let's see. Let's go back to the Spotify monthly listeners. Okay, who got bigger songs? Osama-san or Hard Rock? Osama-san got 349K. Okay, so we got 4.6 mil. That's actually not that big. I feel like just Osama-san is culturally relevant in blogs, whereas Hard Rock, he actually got like mainstream push with his label because he signed to Victor Victor. Bleh, Feel Alive, One of One. Okay, so we got a few songs over a couple mil. Osama-san only has like 3, so technically, I'll give it to Hard Rock. So I'm gonna put Baby Drill actually instead of Glock, because Glock 40 Spaz probably not gonna be on it. Probably Baby Drill instead. Is that a good list? Dirtball. Is Dirtball big enough? I don't really like check up on him like that. He just spells his name so weird. I feel like it's hard for him to actually get hype because no one can find him on Spotify or Instagram. It's like, all right, 2SDXRT3ALL. It just don't even make sense. Who's that Mexican OT? That Mexican OT. Watch this just be, I've never heard this dude in my life, but he does have some songs, it looks like, in his Spotify that have millions of plays. But yeah, I like my list for now. It's like a mix of, you know, my bias, but then also some real, like what's actually gonna happen. There's gonna be some plants on there just because XXL is in bed with a lot of these labels where they're gonna scratch their back so the other person scratches theirs, you know. Like what happens with the politics of the industry is, like, if you're a manager, say you're managing like a big rapper, like, or a big artist like Post Malone at one point, you're gonna put them on XXL, or XXL is gonna proposition you, and you're gonna be like, okay, I'll put him on XXL, but you're gonna owe me a favor later on. And so later on, when that same manager or same label has another artist that they're really trying to push, and maybe it's just not working as much as they want to organically, they're gonna go to XXL or whatever, whoever owes them favors, being like, yo, I'm cashing in right now, put my artist on there. But yeah, I think this is a solid list. Just saying. Suave outstreaming trippy new music, put him on there. Look, I told y'all, I really like K Suave's music and he's my boy. But I'm not gonna sit here and lie and say like he's making that much of a movement. You know what I mean? Like we gotta check our reality here. He's in his own lane. He's kind of like a Autumn or a Lucky. I feel like Lucky's to the point where he kind of hit mainstream and he would be invited to XXL, but there's no way that he's actually taking it anymore. That would just be stupid of him.